What's up? What's the word?
Shout out to the homie Dometi. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He
Okay.
did his thing. Chicago legend right there in the making.
Baby, he did a great job considering Sweetie was his co-host because it's so cold, okay?
Okay. Bree, you went to Illinois Media School. We had training on the teleprompters. You know that it's really hard to read on them though.
It was just
They go so fast. The
it was the
teleprompters
face
go so
and
fast.
but no, I feel like and not even in her defense, but in situations like that, they always give you notes beforehand. Sometimes you get
Okay,
the
well.
entire script beforehand.
Shorty ain't read then. You
I
got a whole
think,
degree, didn't read.
I think that goes back to the talks that we be having all the time. That like when you putting like between the fame and the media, right now they're being the industry is being lazy and they're going to go get artists and these celebrities to do media, but
They're not skilled.
they're not skilled or they didn't do the proper training to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure it's plenty other personalities or media or journalists that you could have put in that position. They would
Exactly.
have held it down and never did what they did. You know what I'm saying? So I think it goes back to that. Like you just can't be putting people in these positions to do certain things. And they're not cut out for it.
And
Everybody.
if I was a producer, I would not have continued to put
Yeah.
her in that position. Like I would have been like, okay, Dometi, you take most of this. Just let her answer this. Like ask the last question or say, hey, we'll be right back, type thing. Like I would not have continued to put her in that predicament because it was just looking bad.
I mean, a lot of people have a lot to say about her in general, though, because people feel like she's one of them, or at least that's how I view her. The girl that shows up and pretty but doesn't do no work. And like, even if you
Great
look
at
at her
making
music,
content.
even with her music, it's the kind of the same thing. Like, you show up and people want to look at you. And it showed when she dropped that album. Did she drop the album like last year or something? Did
Yeah,
like
it was not
11,000
good.
streams or something like that? People
11,000 streams or 11,000 sales.
No, I don't know. All I know is
I
that
think 11,000 sales.
it was really
11,000
low.
streams is crazy.
Yeah, it's Sweetie. She got more than 11,000 streams.
No, they were talking about it like it was. I don't know. Don't quote me on it, but I know that the numbers was really really low, and people
It
were
was
like,
not good. It wasn't good, but I felt like what kind of propelled her a little bit in her career
Quavo.
as herself. Not even just Quavo, just over the pandemic, Sweetie was like content collab like queen. Like everybody wants to collab with Sweetie. She was doing everything from McDonald's to noodles to Jack Daniels had to deal with her for at least like 2 or 3 years over the pandemic. Like she, as far as like pushing herself out there as like a influencer, she was amazing. Amazing. And I feel like once the pandemic kind of died down, then the whole thing with her and Quavo, so now she's not in the limelight all the time no more. She's not working on making that content like she used to or getting those collabs like she used to. Because this was going crazy. That's when I started liking her over the pandemic when she started. Well,
I definitely like her. That era was definitely something to look at. But and this goes back to being mastering your craft. Like you can't just, I think a lot of the times, and maybe this reflects that, is I'm gonna show up, I'm pretty, so that's enough.
And that's not a lot of artists, especially female artists, think like that. Because I feel like, baby, back in the 90s or early 2000s, you told Lil' Kim she had to be on the red carpet. She probably had a script. She was practicing. She knew who was coming up next. She was probably prepared. They probably was like, "Hey, sweetie, read this so you can know what to say." Probably while she was getting her makeup done or something.
Yeah.
And she probably didn't even take it that serious. They probably, you know what I'm saying, gave her all that type of stuff, and she probably just didn't study, didn't know what it was,
Yeah, like she didn't really prepare for it.
Or because I want to make sure we choose our words carefully, or she probably just was not good enough for the job, and she just not good enough for the job, but just this is something new for her, so she's struggling through it. So
it's hard to read a teleprompter. I don't care. It's hard.
It can be a lot of different things that.
It can be hard to read a teleprompter too.
Yeah. So, but I do agree, though. I do think that we need to. This just shed that light that everybody that's trying to get into this media game to do this podcast and do all this type of stuff really like need some type of form of training to be able to do it. Because if you don't got no skill sets of doing it, no training in doing it, when you get yourself put on the spot like that, you know what I'm saying, on a stage like that, that shit can go wrong, and now that's all people remembers this. You know what I'm saying? That
What's
could have
Mhm.
the
gave a different.
problem with hiring a real media correspondent though?
That could have been, you
Like,
know,
what's
but
the issue?
They and
we
MTV
all
was
have
really
those.
good at doing that though. Like if
Yeah,
you look
MTV
at
usually
the
doesn't do
past,
that too much.
We all have those moments. You know what I'm saying? Bree, we got one of your probably your biggest, most viewed content video.
It's terrible.
Terrible.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. But look at
But
you now.
it got the most views out of anything I ever did.
I mean, there's that transparency there too, though. Like it's real. It's real. Like people love real shit. So
I do commend her for sticking through it because she ended every time she messed up.
yeah,
I know that's right, and
I know that's right.
it went
Okay,
straight to
sweetie.
commercial.
I think one of the funniest moments though was Dometi face when he looked at her like,
She was like,
"You gonna keep talking?
"It's
Like
your turn."
it's your turn."
I think that's like the funny part about like when you go to school for it, when you actually go to school, or you're actual journalist, and then you're sitting next to somebody that's not trained. Like that whole like just those funny moments.
Because it's like
It's
you
like
can't get mad because you know you've been
no,
there before, and you kind of feel bad because I felt bad at first.
yeah, I would
Like you
feel
could
bad
see it in her
too.
face. She was really trying to concentrate and read the teleprompter, but it was not
She
working.
said,
Okay, it was not working.
And sometimes people just not good at reading out loud. I know you put me in that situation. I'm
Cody,
butchering everything. I'm butchering hella words. I'm making up words. I'm going off script.
Cody gonna be squinting like this.
No,
okay.
I'm gonna be like Kanye. You know how when Kanye got up there, he just said, "Fuck that teleprompter." I'm gonna just go up there and say whatever.
George Bush don't care about black people.
I'm gonna give
Okay,
you the
'cause I
whole
just thought
template
she was gonna.
version.
I thought at one point she was gonna leave. I thought she was gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm not doing this," and she was
Yeah,
just
I
gonna
would have.
talk
That
about
would have been hard for me too. Like,
it.
you know what? No, I had a moment like that. It wasn't a teleprompter, but this was when I was working with the Windy City Bulls. We were live, like, and I was doing the interviews, and I messed my question up mid question, and I just got nervous. And I'm like, all these people are watching me. You freeze up in that moment because you're just like,
Especially if it's
I
never
messed
happened
up.
before. Yeah, you don't know what to do.
You
So I
don't.
feel it. I've been there before, sweetie. So I feel you. But
Me
don't take those
too.
media correspondent jobs no more. It's another
Or
bad
just get some
situation.
training, or mama, get some training. Get so that way you can be an asset to the next award show. I don't know if anybody gonna hire her for the
Kept
next.
thinking of like me in third grade trying to read out loud in front of the class. Like
Be all nervous.
I feel so
Like
bad.
I know how to read, but in front of people.
Yeah, I think the producers could have did a better job too. I'm blaming the producers, honestly.
That's why they gotta hire my homegirl, our in-house Cindy to have to produce that. You did it.
Okay? Cause Cindy would have been, sweetie. All you gotta say is, I know that's right, and we go into commercial.
The thing is like I'm thinking, okay, so there's breaks in between the show and you position yourself, whatever. There should have been, she should have had some type of, even if it wasn't, they had, some index cards or something, at least so she had an idea of what she was gonna say next.
Nessa had index cards. Nessa had index cards. Sweetie didn't have any, from what I remember.
Man,
Sweetie didn't have any, but Nessa did. Sweetie should have had some.
we
Yeah.
definitely need some of those when we get in studio when we having these conversations. Have some index card or a board. Or we need like a board, like a screen or a board in the studio when we get into our studio. Like we need like a screen.
I like how you saying in our studio.
Ah man, we gonna
Speak that. You better speak that into existence.
Okay, big things popping.
we got big things popping. We already in motion. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, overall, BMAs was a thing.
It
I
was a thing.
I chimed in what I chimed in. I'm too much. I don't know. I just be like, no, I don't know. It's just like it ain't. It's not a real representation of like the culture, and I'm not even just talking about hip hop. It's like right now, it's just everything's so much trendy. It's not really authentic. These award shows back in the day used to be authentic, even from the VMAs to the
The
BT,
Source Awards.
like everything used to be
Okay,
authentic.
Swiss Awards.
Now it's just a thing. I think the most authentic thing that I seen from the award show was probably Dometi.
Yeah, but that's because we from Chicago.
Yeah, but he
I'm so
don't.
excited to see him.
Besides us being from Chicago, Dometi he's bringing back that journalist,
Yeah,
that AJ back
yeah.
in the day type feeling. Like he brought that back. Like he's from the culture and you can feel it. Like, cause he's like not no celebrity face. That's like we need you here to sell tickets to get viewers. Like we need ice cameras on Ice Spice and
I
shit.
miss that. I miss that though. You know, hopefully they hire some more. Didn't they like fire their whole news staff or something like that? Or they
Yeah,
got
they
rid of
took away the
TV news?
MTV News altogether, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
they took away MTV News altogether. And I don't know what they doing with TRL. Are they still doing TRL? I know they brought it back.
I don't think. If you ask me, I just think there's no real creative direction of how to run this shit. I think it's just different people that don't have their pulse on what's going on in the culture and
Is
don't
it
have.
harder too though? Because with social media being such a big role, ain't nobody sitting in the living room like how we used to.
Watching TV
Like,
now,
yeah,
for
like
sure.
we used to run home after school to watch 106 in Park. That's not the case no more. Kids are not running home to sit in front of the TV. They running home to play video games or on TikTok. And so
I
like
mean,
how
but change your dynamic though. Change how you do it. Like, all right, so if you're gonna do TRL or you're gonna do TikTok and you're gonna do this type of stuff, right? I mean, not TikTok, you're gonna do TRL or 106 in Park. You have to meet your audience where they at. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so if my audience is on TikTok, do a deal with TikTok and do the show on TikTok Live.
Yeah, or if my audience on Twitch and we streaming, we gotta make sure we streaming opposed to trying to make sure we put this up on MTV channel 226.
Yeah, have it simultaneously branding with your TV. So if I want to watch it on the BET app or the MTV app, but have it where you meet your audience where they at. Like you don't have to like the old format is gone. You can meet them. I don't know. I just feel like I see hundreds of tens of thousands of people get on Ari and Tay and them live all the time, right? So why can't you integrate live with the show?
yeah.
I do like how the VMAs had because I was watching the red carpet on YouTube. So once the red carpet stopped on YouTube, they had the POV VMA. So it was literally somebody. It looked like they had like a camera phone. Literally
Oh,
a camera
that's
phone.
cool.
And they were backstage. That's how they called Megan and Justin Timberlake getting into it. They was having some of the celebrities like take the phone and like walk around and like talk to other celebrities. During the break, they saw who was it that I saw that? Taylor Swift took a picture with Ashanti and Ice Spice, and I was like, dang, I would never thought that they knew each other. But yeah, like it was dope, like to see that behind the scenes that we don't never get to see because we're not there. That POV was dope. I would say that. I watched that.
That's the that got into it with Megan over what?
They didn't get into it. She said that.
So it said that they got into it, but it looked like she was arguing with somebody. But it took me a minute to find out which one of those white men was Justin Timberlake because it was a lot.
Yeah,
of
I didn't even see.
He must be Team Tour. Tory Lane.
No, she said she posted a video of him this morning, like they was together, and she pretty much was like, "I just talk with my hands," but she did look like she was yelling at somebody.
She was yelling at him.
She definitely did. So
he probably scared.
I don't know. I talk aggressive, so I'm not gonna say nothing.
Megan Stallion talking aggressive, and she's 6'3". I don't know. I'd be scared too.
6'3" is crazy. You know she's not that tall. Stop
She's
playing
not
with
6'3".
Not too much on Megan.
I didn't follow her. I do not follow her. You go to my page. I'm Team Tory all the way, but I saw the thing. I'm not gonna be biased too much. All right, y'all. Like I listened to a little bit of her songs. Some of her songs actually.
But
I'm still
Tory. Team Tory is crazy.
Cow.
Nah,
all right, what's
next?
Let's
talk about something else.
Hey, what's up? What's the word?